rising above quite a number of legendary monuments. If you are familiar at least a bit with the monuments in Rome, perhaps you can recognize something in this image. Another full moon rising at sunset, my friends. I hope that you appreciate the opportunity to spy the supermoon as seen from Rome. These are, of course, images from our archives. I'm just starting to share these images before sharing live images with you. This is St. Peter Dome with the December 2017 supermoon approaching. So many fond memories from me. It took a lot of time. It was every time a huge effort to calculate where to go, the right spot in the city to have the moon perfectly aligned with a given monument. And I hope that you can appreciate these sights. So here we are, my friends. Now I will try to ask my robotic telescope to slew and observe the moon. But before being here, I also share with you an unusual sight, because the telescope I'm going to use to show you the moon is actually busy imaging comet level. Of course, when you have the full moon, the dark sky really doesn't matter because of the bright moonlight. But just to tell that the telescopes are remote there now, and I am sitting in my office in Rome, and I just asked the telescope to slew to point our moon. And now I'm going to take a quick image just to test that everything is working fine. I'm just adjusting some parameters. So let's take our first image. Need to adjust contrast, brightness. And also let me use a filter because the moon very bright. I'm just wearing sunglasses basically with the telescope now. Okay. Now, after introducing this filter, dramatically reducing the lunar glare, I think we will be able to see a much better moon. Here we are, my friends. I'm happy that we are collecting this live together. Let me take a few images. Here we are, my friends. As always, the virtual telescope is bringing to you live images of the moon. This is a sequence of images. I hope you appreciate the sight. This is the harvest supermoon captured live thanks to the virtual telescope project. As I said, we are using one of our robotic telescopes. Take now another image. How beautiful our moon is every time. Just playing a bit. This is a negative palette, of course, quite strange, I admit. And while we are imaging, the supermoon is slowly approaching the western horizon here in Italy. Now back to typical palette. Here it is. I hope you are appreciating this opportunity to spy the harvest supermoon live thanks to our project. Just taking a new image. So as I said, supermoon is just, it's not an astronomical term, it's just underlining that this full moon is happening while the moon is close to its perigee, that is its minimum distance from our planet Earth. This happens because the orbit of the moon is not circular, it's an ellipse. So sometimes the moon is closer, sometimes it's farther. When the full moon happens with the moon close to its minimum distance from the Earth, being a bit closer, it will also be a bit brighter, a bit larger in the sky, a few percent, something very marginal. By the way, I'm pretty sure, as I said earlier, that nobody will know the difference. So happy that we are having some good sights. And I hope that you enjoyed this quick sight of the moon. I'm just going to take a final image. Here it is. So friends, we had such a very quick sight on the harvest supermoon, the first supermoon of the year. The next one in November will be a bit closer, so it will be the largest supermoon of the year. We will schedule a live feed for that moon as well, so I suggest you to subscribe our YouTube channel so you will receive notifications every time we schedule something. You know, the Virtual Telescope project has been around for 20 years now. Wow, how long. And we always want to share with you the best astronomical events, eclipses, meteor showers, close approaching asteroids, supermoons, comets, whatever. So if you really want to keep a window wide open on the universe, the best thing to do, and it is free also, is just to subscribe our YouTube channel. You can also consider supporting our project. You see, we never ask for money to join, but in order to keep our advanced instrumentation up and running, we have to pay bills. So if you want, you can contribute just visiting www.virtualtelescope.eu/donate if you want to keep alive our project, my friends. So that's it. It was a privilege for me to share this harvest supermoon live. I hope that you had some good time connecting, and I want to thank again the technological partners of the Virtual Telescope project. They are Software Bisque, C-Web, and Telescope Live. So my friends, thank you for joining. I'm looking forward to host you again next time. We are planning a wonderful live view of the comet Lemon as soon as the moon will leave the night sky, giving us again dark skies. For the best experience, we will schedule this live feed. Take care, my friends, and keep looking up. Gianluca Masi, Virtual Telescope Project, Rome, Italy.